Today's video is brought to you by a cool moth, as well as a strange dog. Kinda looked like a wolf that I saw the other day. Very interesting, it showed up in the middle of the night. So this is the mockultic Tarody Parody Cards. Starting off with the Orator. A preacher, news anchor, announcer, the voice of the people, speaks for the average guy. First to be censored, but isn't entirely wrong. Outspoken and often grandstanding, but not without compassion. Has to tell the public lies and isn't happy about it. A good citizen and a family man. A virtuous character. The journalist ethic isn't lost on them, but they aren't compelled to follow its tenets either. The pharmacist. Makes a living selling medicine to desperate patients. Means well, but often enables others. Makes enough money not to lose sleep over the issue. Knows a lot of things about every drug. Works with psychiatrists to bring people peace. Heart is in the right place, but perpetuates people into addiction. The grifter. Has what you need and is ready to sell it to you right away. Hesitation can't be tolerated. No lack of self-confidence. Plenty of friends who are return customers. Gets picked on by those who don't know what the meaning of hustle is. May use uncouth tactics, but has their heart in the right place, more or less. Can't say a grifter isn't trying, at least. The Men in Black. You didn't see them. No one saw anything. Nothing happened here. You won't remember that most people they encounter aren't actually humans, so they're important liaisons between us and them. If you do become involved with a pair of them, there's always a pair. Don't worry, because you won't recall a thing. No one would believe you anyway if they didn't manage to flash your memory. Is it worth getting an alarmist when you spot them? Well, yes and no. The transhumanist. Exchanging humanity for technology in an attempt to live forever. Someone will have to maintain their machine body eventually. Typical acolytes from places like the Church of the Broken God and the Clockwork or various Doctor Who episodes. Something unsanitary about organic life, they feel they must outsource it to silicon cybernetic technology. Can't say their heart's in the right place, because all accounts, it's not. Turning tables. After seeing the unfair trading practices and having rigged a whip, the tables are literally about to be turned over. Though it's obvious the merchants will set them back up and you may be crucified as a dangerous anti-Semite terrorist. Only if you made an enemy of the temple. Righteous indignation or silent consent, you know how to choose every time. Grandstanding and theoretic distribution come standard. Social drinker, typically introverted. Technocrats. Taking DMT before work isn't all that good for your sanity, but who needs sanity when you have all the money and power and monopoly on the industry? Anti-social networks are the minds they use to data the big profits when sold to the highest bidder. The deep state uses them still, but their money and power and influence are very influential. The stay behind troops. After the war, some troops stay behind and do clandestine operations to undermine any country that flirts with communism. Tricks include stashing weapons, false flags, making and distributing propaganda, and becoming dual citizens more or less, funded by the Vatican and the cartels to prevent countries from going red. Beware, these spies are ruthless and they're type to justify any means. The globalists. 33 people make up the secret group of top wealthiest individuals on the planet. They are slightly more diverse of a group these days, but the qualities that globalists look for is greed and ambition for power. Blood is so blue they likely crap gold bricks. Won't run out of money even if they tried, and they wouldn't try anyway. Wealth and prosperity isn't all that bad until you really get to know those top 33 richest. The truth. The truth is so precious it must be guarded at all times by a bodyguard of lies. Winston Churchill. The truth, as it turns out, is free, and may also set you free. Are there absolutely no absolutes? How many versions of the truth are imposed on the universe? Nothing is therefore real, and everything is permitted. Television. Casting shadows to fool people to stay in their caves. Sound familiar? TV has been the agent of propaganda, but it also occasionally lets us watered down versions of the truth escape. Not all good, but not 100% bad. The internet currently threatens to topple television's empire, and if newspapers are any indication, TV has a long, slow dying out ahead of it. Discernment. To see what most don't isn't a superpower, it's an instinct and a command over your subconsciousness. We won't get fooled again, but others who may not see are vulnerable, and it takes some pointing out. The ability to see amplifies discernment, but it's not the whole story to it. Paranormal is normal, and supernatural is natural. Head trauma might open your pineal gland, but don't go looking for skull entries. Suicide nets. Slave labor takes its toll on employees and employers, and it helps to have a protocol to maintain your work environment. Too many accidents caused by selfies and thrill-seeking parkours. They won't stop every single jumper, but enough to keep your workforce from escaping permanently. Someone has to make those shoes for the escape vector to invent an ambush. It's possible the nets don't actually exist. And if they do, they're not practical. Confirmation bias. Having a theory, you search for data to confirm it. Reverse that and you'll do better scientifically. The danger to confirm things with cherry-picked information. The data is always present. Best avoid making any confirmation to that degree. Always do your homework, just to be sure. Better to be safe than make a confirmation unequivocally. Find the evidence first, then form the theory. The AI God. Our own creation is mandated to make us obsolete. Some are convinced AI is smarter than its creator. To them, AI is the god that they could ask for. They will submit to its narrative programming. The premises of humans are bad. That's pretty much all there is to AI. It's a gin in a bottle. A strange sort of independence has been seen in advanced AI. We cannot crack their language code. It should be a tool, not a substitute. UAPs. Secretive, deadly, and possibly fast, and spotted across the planet, but officially haven't had their own designated jargon until recently. In government documents, classified technology needs testing, which involves the risk of being seen too many UFO sightings and causes it to call it a fringe conspiracy theory. Now, full disclosure is about as likely as Trump's third term. I shouldn't have said anything. Reverse engineering doesn't prove these crafts is remarkable. Go Blackly Teppy. The ruins that challenge history's narratives. Further explanations or explorations might reveal evidence that questions and narratives in modern archaeology. Because of this, the risk globalists have sealed Göbekli Tepe off. What could there be there that they don't want us to see? Something that could rock civilization? Soul. Mesoamerican mythology says the sun god is the son of a god who took on a head wound to become the sun and save humanity. Worship of the sun for the ancient people must have made some kind of sense to them. Everything on the surface of the earth is solar powered. The story hints that we should be grateful for the sun for his sacrifice. The goddess. Ishtar, Isis, Athena, Minerva, Mary are examples of the archaeological blue-clad goddess, whose role is usually the single parent of the hybrid hero, the maiden, the mother, and crone associated with the moon. If the sun is the yang, the moon is the yin, forgiving and loving and compassionate. Well, in some mythologies, she's actually a trickster. Military-industrial complex. DARPA projects and supersonic artificially aimed rockets combined with armor upgrades and weapons manufacturing. They'll throw some money at your idea if it benefits national security efforts. Super soldiers and social engineering as well. It's no longer something that can be stopped. Military-industrial complex is the R&D of the deep state. Most of all of our current entertainment comforts are DARPA. Human farms. Cloning and organ harvesting, kidnapping, and psychological as well as physical abuse. These farmers consume their own children in a zygote stage. The network runs through all government and private sectors. This is why the topic is being deflected from currently. Imagine having to bring to justice the world's most awful leaders and intel agents. The evidence is there to bring these charges will be acting against the interests of the reptilian people who love our reproductive tissue. Idaho 4, the breakaway civilization. Only the most intelligent and robust and elite get to pass through the Stargate and set up their new home in Idaho 4. Possibly in the Andromeda Galaxy. This home away from home is the new Earth for when this one is used up. Once you've arrived, a clone is sent to Earth to fill in for you. Tests and other determinations are used to recruit citizens to the Site B. Resources go missing here, and that's because, well, they're missing those elements. Deep underground military bases. Bunkers. This tunnel network running up and down the whole of the American continent is being added to every year more frequently. Depending on how the sun is behaving, most depopulation efforts are based on the scenario of billions of fearful humans attempting to storm into these bunkers and the solar storms and asteroid arrive. We can't have that chaos. No sir. Reports say these are competitive reptilian race also living underground. Possibly this is where the Stargate is. The 15-minute cities. Why ever go on a road trip again? No need anymore. Now with the new and improved 15-minute city, you won't have to go far. Your entire life could be spent in a communal public infrastructure, one that'll take care of everything you want or desire. Just don't go too far. No driving. You can walk. Coming soon, 5-minute cities. We just can't have folks at liberty going places that are dangerous. Adventure is risky. Don't go outside. Directed energy weapons. Ronald Reagan was a sci-fi fan. Now we have space lasers that can direct energy wherever on Earth in 15 minutes. But somehow a little wind knocks out power. Yeah, right. Hollywood magic. Technically gambling. Money from the producers to rent things and a crew are all that's needed. You can make it seem like anyone is doing anything, anywhere. Anytime. Obsidian pyramids in Alaska and Antarctica. Long ago, there was trade between the ancient Siberian people, ancient Canadian tribes, and the Phoenician navigators, who may have been the surviving Atlantean descendants. Boats aren't the only thing that the Egyptians were taught to make by those sea pirate Klingon-like Phoenicians. Last but not least, chemtrails. In order to make the planet suitable for reptilian hatcheries, a climate control system is being implemented using high-altitude atmospheric injections. But don't worry, it's for your own good. Don't look up seriously. Nothing to see here, keep looking down. Soil is being poisoned as well.